there's been a very serious case in West London where grooming has taken place. Benji, would you just like to explain to us what's happened with your family?
So basically, my daughter has been groomed. We found out a few months ago, which we've been trying to resolve. This is really hard. She used to go out all the time and we found out by putting a tracker in her bag. So we put a tracker in that, and when we found out that she was going to some flats and that, and slowly, by finding out where she was going, we found out that she was actually being groomed by an older man who was 34 years of age. And we also found out that besides the 34 years of age, there's 4 other men in the house living there with her, which was odd behaviours, which is really, 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 really strange.
This flat, were they doing drug dealing?
From what I've heard, I think they are. I mean, my daughter has come home, basically, I sometimes feel, is she being drugged up because her eyes look all over the place. So I think they are definitely doing drugs as well. And I do feel that there's not, besides my daughter, she's not alone. There are other children that are going into that flat as well, which is a bit worrying, because how many children is he actually grooming? This is a worrying thing. And that's what I'm worried about, because we actually do need to stop this before it gets far worse.
And how many? How do you know that? How did you know that this has taken place in the beginning? What were the signs that you came across that, wait a minute, something's not right with my daughter?
So, okay, what we found out is she was leaving at odd times in the morning, 4:45, sometimes 4 o'clock. It was just really weird. And we would be sleeping when she would just leave the house and that, And because I've got a ring bell as well, we noted the times down, and this was really good having a ring bell, because then you know what time your child is going out at night. And also I woke up to one time and I heard her downstairs leaving, and I got up, and that's when I decided to call the police. But that's what I'm saying, having a ring bell is so ideal, even to keep an eye on the children when they go out. So
that's one of the ways you picked up something wasn't right. And this guy, the individual that we're talking about, what community does he belong to? What's his background? Is this religious grooming? Because a lot of the times, grooming does involve religion. And has your daughter been basically coerced into converting into Islam?
So we noticed a lot of changes with our daughter. When she would come home, she wouldn't eat the foods at home, and she was acting really weird. We used to give her things like chicken, meats, and she would not eat it. And I was like, that's really strange. And her behaviours were changing, not wanting any foods at home. And one time she came home and her eyes looked like really red. And I said to her, to her face, have you been drugged? Because it looks like it. And also you feel that when I found out about this guy, because he's from Afghanistan, I was like, wow, she's seen an Afghanistan guy, there's something not right here. And that's when I started to notice a lot of things, not wanting to eat food, wanted to change her name as well to a Muslim name, until I actually said to her, why are you changing your name to a Muslim name? And she was like, oh, I didn't know it was a Muslim name. She did know it was a Muslim name. It's just obviously this guy must be actually saying to her to change her name. And also mentioning about have you converted to Islam? And there was no answer. So to me, that she has converted. And in the Muslim community, you only have to say a few lines to convert, and that's what the problem is. And the girls nowadays are all, if they are getting groomed, it's all brainwashed. First they drug the girls and they brainwash them.
So in your case, that's what you see with your daughter.
Yes,
that's what's happening.
Exactly what I see.
And we have investigated it with the eyewitnesses. We've got neighbours.
Yes, absolutely.
We've got other people that are involved. We've got social services involved. We've got the police involved. They have notified us that the guy is he is actually a criminal who is known to the police. He has been linked to drug raids in different areas.
Yes.
And would you like to inform the viewers about anything about that? Because obviously you've done your research here. We've done the investigation on your behalf as well. We provided you with videos, evidence. And what's your thoughts on what we provided you?
To be honest, I think that the videos that we've got actually shows that she's definitely being groomed by these guys, because especially if you've got 4 guys in the house plus another guy, that's 5 of them. So she's definitely being groomed, and all this, having the videos and the fact that different girls are going to this house would actually say that she is being groomed. So just obviously the evidence that we should be actually be enough to actually pull him in and get him arrested as well. But you know, that's it really.
And
Has she been isolated from you?
Yes, she has. She has. Basically, she doesn't even stay at home and with us anymore. I feel like this guy is actually making her go to the flat all the time, and all she does is stay there. And I do feel that I've other people have actually said as well that he's hurting her as well. She's had many times she's come home with bruises on her body, on her face, on her arm. It looks like he's burnt her as well.
and
What's the Sikh community's reaction been to what's been going on? I mean, you've reached out to organizations within your community. What's the response been? I mean, you know, I understand that a lot of the places that we have, whether it's Gurdwara, they don't have the structure to deal with grooming. But now you've got a lot of people that are dealing with it. There are organizations that are coming forward, and you reached out to them. What was the reaction that you got from them?
They were wanting to help because they knew about obviously the grooming before, and they were wanting to help me, which made me feel absolutely happy inside. Because I wasn't getting help, it wasn't enough. But now that everyone's helping me, I just feel I'm definitely going to get somewhere with this. And it's just not alone, because I think that they're going to help other children as well, because we need to stop this in whole. And I'm sure that they will stop to help us to stop this as well.
How do we prevent these sort of incidents happening again within families, especially Sikh families that are being targeted? Obviously, this was religiously motivated. We can see that the man is probably, we think he's over 50 years old, who's basically claimed asylum in this country, because you can see from his facial features, he looks very old. He looks like a you know, close to a pensioner if you look at his pictures. I mean, the way he talks as well is very slow, very paced. I mean, how do we as a community tackle these issues, and how do we prevent them from happening in the future?
So for one, I think the parents need to obviously educate children about Sikhi as well. Once you've educated them about Sikhi and take them to the Gurdwara all the time, and also please do not give your children phones. The worst thing you can do is actually give your children a mobile. And if you do give them a phone, make sure you put a tracker on it, because nowadays, the generation now, they're very, very vulnerable. Whether a child is autistic, whether they have a learning disability, whether they are normal, all these children are vulnerable, and it just takes for anybody just to come out, drug them or sweet talk them, brainwashing them. It doesn't take long to actually brainwash a child. If an older woman can get brainwashed, why can't a child? So please, all I can say to people, just make sure that you know where your child is going as well, and make sure, please, try not to give them a mobile until they're a lot older, and just make sure that they know about their own religion.
That's her story of her being groomed. She's given you the pointers of how to prevent this. Please follow them through. We should be connected with our Sikhi. We should be connected with the Gurdwara. We should prevent children from having phones. You should be monitoring your children. We totally agree that everyone's busy at work, but you don't want to end up in a situation like Benji, who, you know, now she understands that, you know, oh no, I've done this wrong, I've done that wrong, I should have done this better. But she's here to guide you guys. That's why she's come on today. She's taken out time out of her valuable schedule to come out and convey this message. And we appreciate that as well. We thank her as well for coming out and being strong on the matter and speaking up about it. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.